Hey guys, so this showing once again that this fucking woke culture that has infested every aspect of our life now is just getting worse. Now, you're gonna read this, or not even read it, it's kind of a synopsis of this. It's a play. And you can say, John, what are you so mad about? It's a play. Exactly. A play. This woke bullshit has infested plays, TV shows, movies, comic books, video games, fucking children's lives. So it's so far fucking reaching now. So Joan of Arc. I'm sure we've all learned about Joan of Arc in school at some point. She's a badass. Unfortunately, she died young. She was like what, 19 years old. Um she came to her country's aid, kind of a Mulan kind of thing where she kind of had to disguise herself as a male, and she fought for her country. Uh she was a complete badass, and she's a real life figure, and she's definitely someone that kids and females or little girls, when they're growing up, they can definitely look back and say, hey, I want to be like her. I want to be fearless. I want to be the kind of person who won't let anyone hold me back because of my gender. But oh boy, because we all know we got to modernize everything. A cry for courage erupts in the Globe Theater this summer with the premiere of I, Joan, a powerful and joyous new play that tells of Joan of Arc's story anew. The men are all fighting again. An endless war. From nowhere, an unexpected leader emerges, young, poor, and about to spark a revolution. This is Joan, rebelling against the world's expectations, questioning the gender binary. Joan finds their power and their belief spreads like fire. Basically, they're saying, oh wait, let's go even more. Join us in the wooden O and feel the heat of the sun and the pulse of Joan's passion. With open hearts and raised voices, dance and cheer with us as we rediscover Joan's story. It's alive, queer, and full of hope. So basically, they're making her essentially non binary, which non binary neither identify as male or female. These are the same people who bitch and fucking complain that women aren't given enough representation. That women, have stereotypes that, oh, they're being forced to be the mothers and the caregivers. Why the fuck would you take a biological female, as badass as Joan of Arc, and then make them non-binary? This isn't some fucking made up character. She was a real person. And again, she was a badass. Why are they making her non-binary now? Can anyone explain? And again, I say, you know, I know that people say, "Oh, it's just a play." It doesn't matter if it's a play. It just shows that this fucking woke bullshit is infesting everything. Historical figures are not safe from it. Joan of Arc never was it implied that she was non-binary. She knew she was a female, but she knew that in order to fight for her country, she had to disguise herself as a male. But it doesn't change the fact that she knew she was female. So why are we taking a female? It's like I said, these are the same people who bitch and complain that women aren't represented enough. But look at what's going on in the world. I mean, men, trans females who are biological men are being given Woman of the Year awards, and biological females are being left out in the cold. So you're saying that men are better women than women. We have Joan of Arc, who is a strong, powerful, uh, woman, and now they're just, oh, no, she's non-binary. Why? Why? Let's see, what's all this? Well, let's read this, shall we? Shakespeare's Globe proudly presents a new play. Huh? I, Joan, with Joan as a legendary leader. Exactly. She's a real person. I don't know why they're. Who in this production uses the pronouns they, them. Um, we are not the first to present Joan in this way, and we will not be the last. Regarding the use of pronouns, they to refer as a singular person has been traced by the Oxford English Dictionary as early as 1375. Okay. Who cares? Do you know for a fact that she went by they, them pronouns? By all sources, she knew full well she was a woman. Shakespeare did not write historically accurate plays. He took figures of the past to ask questions about the world around him. Oh, there, Anne Boleyn. Yeah, Anne Boleyn. Remember when was it BBC came out and they made her black, even though she was a white person? But they're totally not trying to, push a woke agenda or anything. Uh, the globe is a place of imagination. Imagination. Uh, a place where, for a brief amount of time, we can at least consider the possibility of worlds elsewhere. Well, then how about you take stories that aren't placed in reality? Do not take historically real figures and put them into your stupid little fucking plays, and then switch things up. It's like I've said, was it the other day? It's like they fucking take someone like Spider-Man, they keep him as a he, but then they're like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's gay now. Or they'll take another superhero and be like, oh, well, they're white. We're going to make them black now. They're still going to have the same name, but they're going to be black. World of pure imagination. The ship sinking of ships, twins who look nothing alike being believable, and even a queen of fairies falling in love with a donkey. That kind of sounds like Catherine the Great. Of course, she didn't fall in love with a donkey. She had an affinity for horses, but that whole story with her and how she died, that was bullshit. She didn't actually die that way. Apparently she died interacting with a horse, but she didn't actually die like that. Um, don't let people tell you any other tell you otherwise. It's just stupid crap. Um, let's see. Don't care. For centuries, Joan has been a cultural icon portrayed in countless plays, books, films, etc. History has provided countless and wonderful examples of Joan portrayed as a woman. You want to know why? Because she's a woman. So, there's that. The production is simply offering the possibility of another. Okay, then why don't you make up your own characters? Don't take a historically real person and just say, oh, well, what if we just made them non-binary? Would it really change anything? So, say you do change Joan of Arc's gender or, the way she identifies herself. Is that going to make her think any different? Like, what's this bringing to the table apart from fucking changing her to non-binary? To changing her pronouns to they, them? Is she going to think any different? Is she going to become fucking lazy and be like, oh, I'm not going to fight for my country now? Or is she going to act the exact same fucking way? So it seems like to me they're just doing this just to fucking do it. Because if she doesn't act any fucking different in this what if scenario, what's the fucking point of doing it? This is just more inclusivity and representation. They don't give a fuck. This production is simply offering blah blah blah. This is the role of theater, to simply ask the question, imagine if. Imagine if you were to actually make a play that was historically accurate and just leave everything alone. Imagine if. Shakespeare's Globe is unequivocally pro-human rights. This includes, yeah, we're pretty obvious. Pretty obvious to that. We are committed to becoming an inclusive and diverse... Yeah, that's pretty fucking obvious. This becomes pro-trans, anti-racist, and taking positive, conscious, and intentional action against any form of prejudice present in our culture. We aim to create a culture and an environment in which everyone's experiences at Shakespeare's Globe is equal, inclusive, and equitable. I'm so tired of that fucking equal and inclusivity. It's just cover words for, yeah, we're going to take established characters, fuck them up, and say that we're representing, or we're being inclusive. The word queer is widely used to refer to non-heterosexual and non-cisgender identities. We use the word queer interchangeably with the LGBTQ plus 13-92A apostrophe F. Regarding the copy for I, Joan, our creative team has been integral to choosing the language used in our copy. We recognize the complex history in the word queer, and its reclamation into a positive or neutral descriptor. We use queer to mean those outside of heterosexual and cisgender identities. Again, you can say it's just a play, but this shit is just leaking through everything. We're taking a historic figure, Joan of Arc, who is a female, and then it was just like, oh yeah, what if we just make her a fucking non-binary? Again, unless it affects the character, unless it somehow changes her way of thinking to where, oh, well, I don't feel like fighting for my country now. And then everyone's like, no, Joan, you have to do it. No, I'm not accepted here because I'm non-binary. I'm so different. No, Joan, you have to save us all. Where normally, she would be just sacrificing herself willingly, to save her country. I mean, if it doesn't add anything to her story, no point fucking doing it. There's just if I remember, I think J.K. Rowling said something about this, and she pretty much said the same thing. It's like, why would you do this to Joan of Arc? Joan of Arc is a strong, independent woman, and you're just like, oh, let's just fuck that up. The reimaginings. I wish I had Jeremy's fucking little voice thing when he says reimagining. He's like this echoey thing. He's like, reimagining. So, but yeah, Joan of Arc is now non-binary. So it kind of takes a strong, powerful female and turns them into someone who doesn't even know what fucking gender they are. So, hooray! Anyways, I'm done here. You know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.